Yay! Well, let me turn this that way. So, okay. First, YouTube Live. I don't have access to other features. Oopsies. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to like share my screen. Oh, the button that says share screen. That's probably how. Let's see. If I share this. Wow. Okay, okay. She's working. If I use Johnny's. Yay. Okay. Well, we can exit out of that for now. I have 3 screens and all of them are like mirrored right now. So it's so confusing to see what's what. Okay, how can we see who's live? We have 1 person. Hi, person. I don't know who you are, but hi. I'm glad you're here. See, I'm used to going on TikTok live. Their setup is a lot more like straightforward than this. I mean, this is like pretty simple, but there are like windows where you can see like exactly who's like watching so you can say hi and things like that. So bear with me as I learn this new system. Hi, friends. Welcome, welcome. Just going to hang out for a few more moments, see if anybody else wants to join us. Oh my gosh, this book. This is my like prized possession. This is my world building Bible. That's what I'm calling it. It's the Complete Art of World Building, volumes 1 through 3, The Omnibus by Randy Ellefson. I love this guy so much. You can see my little tabbies. I was doing some markups for my next YouTube video, creating gods. We are starting with the religious system for my YouTube. And yeah, I took a bunch of notes. And I think maybe at the end of this process, I might give this book away with all of my notes and tabbies when my book comes out. I don't know. I'm kind of like attached to it, but I think that would be really nice for someone who's like been there from the beginning. So we'll see. Oh, wow. See, like I have notes everywhere. We love that. Hi, friends. Pop on in. Oh, there we go. Now I can see who my participants are. I figured out how to pull that up in the screen. It's 7:37 and nobody came to my party. It's okay. TikTok Live is a lot better with, first-time creators, people who are just trying to get themselves like seen. Whereas YouTube, usually if you don't have an established platform already, then it's kind of hard to get people into your live. So I'm just going to carry on as if there were hundreds of people here, not just my lonesome self. Hi, I am Saaren and Bangle. I am writing my first book. It's a dark fantasy romance inspired by Slavic folklore and the Polish language. My unique little fantasy naming system is based off of the Polish language. So we get into that a little bit in my upcoming video. It should be out Sunday, Monday. So fingers crossed. I have learned, it's been a huge learning curve, learning how to do like YouTube video packaging, learning how to like create like an engaging thumbnail, how to create long form videos that are engaging throughout, and learning what like hooks are and how you need hooks actually all throughout your video. And, it's been a huge learning curve and it's taking a lot of time. So I'm finding that I'm not able to get videos out every single week because I am learning this process. I'm writing my book. That's, the main thing here. And I'm also kind of establishing a business around this whole entire process too. So lots of moving parts all at once. But once I get this foundation up and rolling, it's going to go a lot smoother. And plus, like everything I learn the hard way. So you don't have to. I create easy to follow, easy to digest guides and templates so that anybody can kind of like pick it up wherever you are. So my first little digital product that I have, it's a free gift. It is what is it called? It's called the Writers Brand Collab email template. And if you're thinking, Meg, oh, Saaren, that's my name. The M stands for Megan in Saaren M Bengal. So now you know my middle name. I'm so sad nobody's here for my party. I got my first brand deal, baby's first brand deal. That's the topic of today's discussion is baby's first brand deal. On a whim, 2 weeks after starting my YouTube channel, I decided to just reach out to this brand that I use every single day for my business that I'm kind of building to map out the ideas I have for my book and for like social media content planning and organization and all my like templates that I have for personal branding and whatnot too. So I use this company for literally everything. I love it so much. So I reached out to them and they said yes. It is a baby size brand deal for a baby size content creator, but it is the perfect start for where I'm at. I mean, first and foremost, I was not expecting anything to begin with. I wasn't even expecting a response, but I got one and it wasn't nothing. It wasn't a no, thank you, try again later. It was a hey, this is how we can support you now. So they ended up giving me a free subscription to their service and my own unique link. My link is not an affiliate link. I don't get paid monies for whoever like clicks and signs up to the site. I'll tell you what it is in just a second. It's just to measure who clicks my link. How many people am I sending over? How many people am I getting to either sign up for a free account or like to find the value in the pro account? So it's really a tracker tool at the ground level so that we both as in myself and this company have some data to go back and look at together once we kind of like reconvene after a couple months and I build my channel and my following and stuff like that. So the company is called Milanote. They are a small to medium sized company based in Australia. Milanote is a productivity and planning tool, and it is literally my favorite thing in the world. We're not using Notion anymore. We're not using Scrivener. We're not using whatever all of the other things were. I tried a whole bunch of different idea planning, book mapping softwares and tools and things. And Milano is by far my favorite, even if they weren't like gifting me this free pro account. I would still shout about them from the rooftops because, like I said, I genuinely use them so much. So what I like about them is that it's very easy. Everything is just drag and drop wherever you want. You don't have to map anything out in a linear fashion. If you don't want to, you can just go crazy with it. And then you can also personalize it, which is great for book planning. You can include the sections of your book planning that you want, not have to worry about the ones that you don't. And you can use your brand colors, your book colors. You can really set up the mood and the vibe, but it is limited in its like personalization options, which is not a bad thing. It gives you just enough personalization to create the mood, the vibe that you want without becoming a procrastination trap. So that's what I love about it. I like honestly, like sometimes I get really hung up on it and I'm like, I just wish I had like a cool like fantasy font that like goes with the vibes of my book. And then that's like my cue to know that I'm worried about the wrong things. So I love it. I really, really love it. And I'm really excited to see where our partnership kind of like goes from here. We're not partners, but our relationship. Yeah, I'm really excited to see where that goes from here. So, because I did this after just 2 weeks of launching a YouTube channel, my first video, by the way, is over 2,000 views. Never could have hoped for that. And then my other 2 videos that I posted, they're doing all right. They're more of the level that I expected going into this. I know one video has like 150 views, but it is also a kind of like set up my writing space with me kind of video. So it's very, very niche, and people are looking for those at like certain times. So I'm still seeing some like people trickling in, but it's very exciting. So what I'm doing is working. All of the research that I did prior to launching my YouTube channel is paying off. I am seeing it pay off. So I'm very, very excited to continue from here. And what else am I doing? Oh yeah, at the end of every single episode, I'm calling it Into the Saaren Sphere because it's world building first and foremost. And it's my world. So we get to make it together. But at the end of every single episode, I get to chat with somebody who like I'm genuinely like fangirling over. And my most recent interview, it's not out yet, so I don't want to like, spoil too much, but she is a kind of like a holistic writer. She's doing this Substack series on creative burnout and how it's much more of like a soul deep issue for creative individuals, whether it be like writers, artists, like musicians, like any like creative individual. When it comes to like creative burnout and writer's block and stuff, it's really like a soul deep kind of thing. So she talks about her journey through her own creative burnout and how it led to this like big journey of like authentic self discovery so that she is able to comfortably create authentically. And she even like in our chat, she even admitted like, she still has to like check with herself here and there and catch herself. Like, for instance, she actually said no to me when I first asked if she would like to do an interview. She said no. So, but then I'm not even kidding you, like 2 minutes later, she's like, wait, no, like I can do this. So it's just nice to see in person kind of like somebody else actively going through that process with intention. Hi, friend. Oh, I can't see what your name, but hi. Hi. Hi, welcome. I'm just chitty chatting about my YouTube channel and about my first brand deal. I got my first brand deal just 2 weeks after launching my YouTube channel with just 120 subscribers. So I started my YouTube channel actually because somebody like in my close circle, they're doing very well for themselves on YouTube. So it kind of inspired me to start as well. So yeah, here we are. And 2 weeks later, after starting the channel, I on a whim, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to like Delusion City and just see if I can get a brand deal. So and they said yes. So that's why we're here today. Good thing getting me back on topic because I was just yapping away. Let's see. Let me pull up my little brand collab email template that I use. So if you are interested in also getting a brand deal or anything, you can too. And I have the information for where you can like download this. It's just on my website, which is sarenandbingle.com. So if you want your own copy, if you want to do this too, no worries. The link is sarenandbingle.com/shop, or it's also on my homepage at sarenandbingle.com. I know it's cut off a little bit down there, but this is a digital product. It is completely for free. You just have to sign me over your email, and then I'll deliver it to you via email. You can download a PDF version for your reference at any time. But this is what it is. I made this myself, and I am so proud of it. I know it looks like a little bit basic, but that's kind of what I was going for. I didn't want to put too much of my own personal branding on it because I want other creators who are trying to further their own author platform. My niche is writing, writing author. But I wanted anybody to be able to like envision their own brand with the stuff that I'm putting out, because at the end of the day, my job is to help anybody else who wants to like go through this with me. So we can all do it together. So this is the Writer's Brand Collab email template. Fund your self-publishing journey with brands you already love. Hi, friend. Welcome. We're just getting started looking at my email that I sent out to get my very first brand deal. I got my first brand deal just 2 weeks after starting my YouTube channel with 120 subscribers. So I'm living proof that you don't have to be a big creator to like have success. I mean, I don't think I wrote it in here, but I've been saying to like anybody who asks like how I did this, step one really is just ask. We think when it comes to like brand deals and brand collaborations that we have to wait for people to come to us. No, no, no. We have value and we have value now. And it's our responsibility as small creators to really put ourselves out there. There's no harm in just asking. So this, I forgot what I was going to say about it, but oh, funding the self-publishing journey. That's what I was about to address. Getting monetized as a content creator, not just in the writing niche, is like a long and hard journey. On YouTube itself, you can start getting like fan funding after I think it's like 500 subscribers. But that makes me feel icky personally, because it's like, I'm going to be making these products that people can invest in if they want to support me. I don't want somebody just handing me out fun things on like a live event. So that's kind of where the background for this is coming. But to be like monetized on YouTube, you need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. But what they don't really tell you specifically about that is that 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, that is only going to unlock YouTube's AdSense program. So it's where they give you payouts based on the ads that run on your videos. There are different payout rates for different niches on YouTube. And unfortunately, the writing niche is one of like the lowest tiers of like payout rates. So you kind of have to like work really hard to get anything half decent. I know most people get like $50, $100. I know somebody is like generating $1,000. I think they said pretty averagely, if that's a word, $1,000 on average. So it's not something reliable. It's not reliable to fund my book that I want to write. It's not reliable to like pay my bills, So that really got me into thinking like, like what even are the monetization options on other platforms outside of YouTube? So I looked TikTok, 10,000 followers to get into their like creator program or whatever it's called. And same deal. They disperse their payouts at different rates. Different things are monetized and are not monetized, but you also have to create content on TikTok that is over 1 minute long. And most videos that you see on TikTok are way less than 1 minute, way less than 1 minute. So it's, an uphill battle. And I just kind of like was thinking like, I know that I have value now and I believe in what I'm doing. And I know that there are plenty of people out there who would love to do this together. So this is just one of many free resources that I plan to make for anybody who is interested and in monetizing themselves without getting officially monetized. So here's page one. So proud of her. Let's see, how do I go to page two? Sorry, I have 3 screens right now, and I don't, if I just click it, there we go. Okay. So just clicking my arrow is how it works. Oh, okay. I see it now. Perfect. Hey, that's me. First time fantasy romance author learning how to write a book and fund it in real time. For each hard lesson that I learn, I turn it into like an easy to use, easy to digest guide or template or like course so that you can do it too. We can all do this together. And this just kind of goes into what I was just previously talking about. So, no need to spend too much on that. So, and this is just saying in this free guide, you're going to get the email formula that I kind of made up, and then my actual email that I sent to get me my first baby brand deal. So, I'm very excited. I'm very proud of this too. I worked on it for a very long time. So, this is for anybody who is honestly anybody who wants to monetize their stuff. It doesn't have to just be the writing niche, because I think this information is truly universal. So, how to use it? Choose something that you just genuinely love, right? I chose Milanote because I use it for everything, right? The goal is to try and find like a human contact. Sometimes brands will have these people listed on their website. Sometimes they'll have their own specific department that you can reach out to for these sorts of like brand collaborations. And then sometimes you can, go on a deep dive on LinkedIn and find somebody that way. I, for Milanote, could not find any specific human contact. So I just emailed their general contact email, and it was internally rerouted to the people it needed to go to. So I sent the general email, my pitch, and then once I connected with the people that I needed to be connected with, I sent them my pitch again. So, and I heard back pretty quickly too. Like the first person responded within a couple days, and then the second person responded again within a couple days. So I was surprised. Honestly, I thought it was just going to get lost in the ether, but I'm glad that I took a chance. So, and also the biggest thing is the goal when asking for brand deals and brand collabs is to start a relationship. That's it. It's not to like close that deal. It's just saying, hey, I use and love your product. Here's what I'm doing. I think we could really work together. Here's how we can help each other out. And that's basically the whole formula. It's just having the confidence to ask, and then following through on that. So this is the general formula. I'm so proud of her. Subject is easy. It's just the brand and your name. They'll get that it's a brand collab request. You don't have to go like too deep into it. If you can find somebody human, address them. If not, I wrote, hey, Milanote team. And then open with who you are, what you do, and how you use their product and service and why you love it. That's going to be your initial, hey, I'm a genuine user and here's my proof to back it up. Then you're going to transition to say, hey, I would like to, work together. You can leave it simple. You can leave it just like that, or you can kind of go into some ideas that you have, which is actually what I did. I talked about my YouTube series and how I'm going to be mapping out the world building of my book in Milanote. So it's going to be repeated exposure of Milanote to my audience. So that was one thing that I went into a little bit. What I have to offer. Now, this can be literally anything. You don't have to be like, oh, my analytics are this, oh, my analytics are that. I put in my accomplishment of having a really good engagement rate on my very first YouTube video. I talked about how this is a planned series. I gave some dates about like when they would be releasing for like consistency and things like that. And I also included that I have 10 years of public affairs, mass communications. What is it? Experience. That's what it is. I have 10 years of public affairs and mass communications experience. So I have that to back me up as well. It's not like I am just coming out and saying, hey, I use your product and I'm just starting out an online platform. So give me free things. No, it's not like that at all. It genuinely has to be a mutually beneficial relationship. And you just have to be nice and professional. And that's it. That's really just it. And then, professionally conclude, sign off, And then let's read my email together because I'm really excited about it. Okay, I can't make it. Oh, I can make it bigger. There we go. Subject, brand, my name, right? Hi, Milanote team. My name is Saaren, and I'm a content creator and first time fantasy romance writer documenting my debut novel journey across YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram with a series called Into the Saaren Sphere. And I'm a genuine daily user of Milanote across both my creative and business workflows. I know, so professional, right? Who is she? I've tried several. Oof. I've tried several other novel planning tools before landing on Milanote, and there was no competition. It is a one-stop shop to manage content planning, research, organizing my personal brand, and of course, planning my novel. I love how flexible this tool is with its drag and drop features and customization options. It's just customizable enough to feel immersed in my fantasy world without becoming a procrastination trap. That is so important. That is the reason, of course, why I love it, but it is also one of their like business missions too. So if you can identify some of the businesses like missions and goals and things for their product and service, then absolutely incorporate that in there. I think you can't go wrong with that. Let's see. I'm reaching out because I'd love to connect about a potential collaboration. The first season of Into the Saaren Sphere documents the full world building process in Milanote. We're talking gods, magic systems, characters, maps. As I build out my debut novel across multiple episodes, Milanote will gain repeated, sustained visibility rather than a single mention. Each long form episode also gets broken down into multiple short form pieces across TikTok, Instagram, Reels, and YouTube Shorts. My first world building episode alone, covering the 7 gods of my fantasy world, could be a minimum of 7 individual short form videos, each one featuring Milanote in my real time creative process. Now, in my first 2, this is a side note, so if you're just listening, my first 2 YouTube videos, I got 20 shorts out of it. So this 7 is a very like, at the bare minimum, there will be 7 shorts also featuring your brand. So I just thought it would be nice to throw that in there and say, hey, I mean business, and this is what the business is. Oh, yeah, I forgot that I wrote this part. Okay, back into it. My organic content has already shown strong demand for this. A TikTok I posted in April mentioning Milanote is currently my second highest performing video at 1,300 views plus and still gaining traction 2 months later with no paid promotion. I am still like to this day. I sent this email out about like 2 weeks ago now, but I am still getting notifications about that video too. Where were we? Also, my first Into the Saaren Sphere episode outperformed typical first video benchmarks with a 4.4% click through rate, 100 plus new subscribers within days, and an engagement rate of 10.4%. Let's talk about it. Oh, I like this next line too, actually. I'm not just building an audience, I'm building it with intention. She's a businesswoman. I love that for me. Let me take a little sippy. Oh my goodness. So let's talk about these analytics really quick too. A 4.4% click-through rate on a brand new YouTube channel on the very first video is kind of rare. 2,000 videos that I have now is also kind of rare for a first YouTube video, but I really attribute that to all of the deep research that I did in preparation to like really get serious about this process. I have over 24 pages of notes and like a whole bunch of stuff like on my Milanote, of course, and just like on like random places. I'm like, oh, I forgot that I wrote that note. But yeah, no, I fully attribute it to like putting in the background work to be really just set myself up for success. That was my whole goal, is to just have a good foundation. And you can only learn by doing sometimes. So I got myself to a point where I was like, okay, I feel like I'm ready to try this out. And I've already learned so much with my first few videos that I posted. So 4.4% click-through rate, 100 plus new subscribers within days. That was crazy. It was crazy to see, like, see the numbers, like, increasing so quickly. I honestly did not expect anything other than, like, 100 views after, like, a month of it being up. So, it's doing very well, and I'm very proud of her. And then my 10.4% engagement rate. YouTube itself does not measure engagement rate. So how I got this number is, I think it was the comment rate, the comment, and maybe the like rate. I have to go look at my notes for that. But 10.4% is much higher than average in general. So it was a very successful video for me, and I am so pleased, and I'm so proud of myself. But anyway, so let's close out this email here. Oh, my audience includes aspiring writers, content creators, and fantasy romance readers, people actively looking for tools to organize creative projects, which directly aligns with who I imagine uses Milano. So this is all feeding into how this relationship can be mutually beneficial. That's a tongue twister. And then ending it out with, would your team be open to a quick call to explore how this collaboration could work? Thank you so much for your time. Respectfully, me and all of my places. And I actually just started on, where did I start on? Facebook recently. I connected my Instagram and my Facebook pages. So I'm not doing any extra work and I'm getting double the exposure. So, oh, hi, friends. There's a few more people here. Welcome. Oh, I'm so pleased. I was looking over at this like participants tab and it just says me. So I thought I was just talking to myself. I'm so glad that I am not. So, hi, friends. This is just, I don't know, message retracted. Oh, I wonder why. Sorry, I didn't see the chat was happening. Sorry, friends. But yeah, so if you missed out on this, this is basically, let me go back to the first page so you can kind of see where. There we go. Okay, there we are. So this is, I made like a little email brand collab template so that you can get your own brand deals too. I got my first brand deal 2 weeks after launching my YouTube channel with just 120 subscribers. I literally on a whim, I was like, well, my first video is doing pretty well. Why don't I just see what happens? So I reached out to this company called Milanote. It is a productivity and planning tool that I use for like every aspect. I use it for planning and organizing my business, my personal brand. I use it to kind of create YouTube videos and packaging and like scripting and things of that nature. I use it for like content planning. So it really is such an amazing productivity and planning tool. And of course, like planning my book, that's what I'm here for. So So that's what this is. You can download this for free on my website. You can just go to sarenandbingle.com. It's on the homepage and it's also on the shop page. It gets kind of cut off in that link there. But Milanote is so amazing. I like it because you can just like drag and drop things. Let me see if I have my link. Okay, there's my Milanote link. So if you want to check it out, go to milanote.com/Saaren, Saaren. This is not an affiliate link. It's just a unique link that Milanote gave me so that as we are building our relationship together and looking into like bigger and bigger brand deals and things of that nature, we can go back and look at the hard data. Like, so who am I sending over? Who's clicking from me? Who am I showing Milanote to? So it's just some like data that we can all fall back on to just review and see, what would be a good next level. In addition to my unique link, part of the other part of the brand deal was giving me a free pro account. So it's a nice little baby brand deal for a baby content creator, but it's way more than I was expecting. I was just expecting my email to get lost in the ether. So this guide just kind of goes over my strategy and how I did it. It is a free guide. And then I am working on getting some beta testers for some other digital products that I'm working on behind the scenes here. So if this is something that you're interested in and you are either a writer who's looking to potentially get monetized from non-traditional monetization routes, go ahead, sign up to be a beta reader or beta tester, not beta readers. That's a different thing. So if you want to be a beta tester, you'll get all of my stuff that I make for free early, and we get to kind of like workshop through it together. And this is going to range from these free products that I'm making. I'm One of the questions that I'm going to have for my first group of beta testers is whether or not this is effective and like easy to follow for people at different stages of their journey. So for someone who's just starting out with 100 subscribers, with 100 followers versus someone who is at the 10,000 follower mark and just now thinking about getting into like the brand deal side of the monetization. I want it to be effective for, anybody who wants to like up their game in this way, because I genuinely love like doing stuff like this and being creative and just like helping other people out. Training and education is also something that I love. So I'm like so happy and so pleased to be doing this. So yeah, so those are my two links, sarenandbangle.com. You can download your free email. The beta tester application is on there as well. So look out for that. They're like right next to each other. Hi, Carrie. Oh my gosh. Hi. Oh my gosh. And then trapped to see trapped. Hi, trapped. Hi. Ah, I'm sorry. These comments are so tiny. I don't know how to make this window bigger. Wow. Hi, friends. I just saw that. So if you sent those comments a while ago and I'm just now seeing them, sorry. But yeah, I just wanted to like celebrate this little goal and achievement that I have and, just help out in any way that I can. Oh, but the digital products, this is going to range from like free stuff to like stuff that's worth like over $1,000. Like I'm planning this like all-inclusive course that I'm like building alongside my own journey. So I'm like taking notes about like, okay, how am I building up my author platform now before my book is even written? So how can I set myself up for success at truly like ground zero? So that I can build and start monetizing and funding my own self-publishing journey from day one to publishing day before I even start making profits from my actual book. So that's where this is all. Sona! Oh! Sona, you're here. Hi. Oh, friends. When I first started this live, there was nobody here for like 30 minutes. And I was like, hello. I'm so glad you guys are here. Oh, Sona. Oh, I was planning on going TikTok live after this, after I ate dinner. So it'd probably be later around like 10 p.m. my time. So you might see me later too, because I'm just about finished up here. So if anybody has any questions, anything that they'd like to know or you're curious about, if you missed, drop me like a few questions, drop me some likes, let me know. I'll hang out for a few more minutes and I'll leave my linkies up. I'll try and brainstorm if there was anything else I wanted to talk about that I forgot. So, yeah. Yeah. My next YouTube video is coming together. I filmed and edited all of like the transition parts. And then the part that I lost when I was filming is so I had this video filmed and then I lost a huge chunk of it because my phone died and I didn't realize it. So I have to re-record and like reset up some specific things, but it was, excuse me. It was the review of chapter 2 of this Johnny. I call it my world building Bible. It's a omnibus by Randy Ellefson, and you can already see like my tabs and stuff. So now you're gonna die. I have like so many like notes and things in here for my like book, and like some of them the margins are like completely like written in. I don't know what that note was. Oh, that's an important note. Spoilers. Okay, we have another chat. Carrie B. YouTube never notifies me of lives until they're over for some reason. That's inconvenient. I noticed it's been doing that for a couple months. Oh no. That's so. Aw. Yeah, maybe that's exactly what happened. I went live and nobody knew. That's probably what happened. But Carrie, I'm so glad that you're here. I saw that you commented about, and I've been brainstorming. I don't remember if I actually responded or not, but you commented about creating templates and things for your social media, like the actual like posts is a huge time suck for you. I have that in my brain. I'm going to try and see and brainstorm if I can figure out a way to make that part of the creation process quicker and easier. You are on my mind, Carrie, I promise. So if I can figure something out, I will absolutely let you know. Because I want that too. I don't want to sound out OMG. I know. Carrie, I am, once I get to 1,000 followers on TikTok, I'm almost to 550 right now. So still a little bit of a ways to go. But at 1,000 followers on TikTok, I will read my prologue. I will release it. So that is very exciting. I'm terrified. I've been thinking about it ever since I said it on TikTok Live yesterday. By the way, if you're not here from TikTok, I go live on TikTok at least like 5 times a week, at least during the week. So if you want to chitty chat with me over there, I am more active on TikTok primarily. And then this is mostly just like my long form and like, things of that nature. But I do like at least once a week want to come on YouTube live. I think it's important for me to do that and to like continue cultivating each relationship pool that I have. Because like after my first YouTube video, I was like, everybody is so nice. Like, this is so amazing. I'm so excited and like pleased. And I just want to chat with everybody and know about what everybody's doing all the time. So let's see. I love sharing my writing, but I'm camera shy, so I don't make videos or anything. Yeah, so faceless content is like becoming bigger now. And there is this one girl on TikTok. Her name is Ash Lawrence. She's a faceless TikToker, and she just got to 1,000 followers, and she released the name of her book. It's called something about a maelstrom. I don't remember, but her name is Ash, Ashe Lawrence, Laurence, if I'm not mistaken. Ash Lawrence. But she's somebody that I actually connected with on live from, I'm looking it up.
Sounds like you have to.
But I just love like seeing that and seeing like the different ways different people make content. But we actually connected through the first author that I interviewed. Her name is Vivian Malka. Her work in progress is a dark fantasy romance called Viridis. And she went from 0 to 10,000 followers on TikTok in like 83 to 84 days. Yeah, I started following her when she had 400 followers on TikTok because as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh, that's juicy. And then randomly, like 2 weeks later, she jumped to like 5,000. And so I was like, do you like want to do an interview with me? And she said, yes. So we got to talk, and her interview is in my very, very first video, the one that did so well. And then I released her interview as its own entity because I realized she was sending people over to my YouTube channel. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you would never know that we had an interview. So I was like, I need to fill that gap because that is very important. People are going to feel like deceived. So let's see. Oh, yes, I was correct. It's Ash Lawrence, Laurence. She just released her
Hey guys, so we just hit a
her book title, which is it's loading. Video's playing. It's going, it's coming, it's coming. Knight of the Maelstrom. Knight, like with a K, of the Maelstrom. That is so exciting. I'm so excited for her. Excuse me. Oh, wow, more comments. Hello. Let's see. I'm like squinting because I can't see because these comments are so tiny. Yes, so happy for Ash. Yeah, someone knows. Ash's book. Ash's book is called Knight of the Maelstrom. Thank you so much. If I looked up, I would have saw that. I have to check both of them out. I've been editing a client's book, so I haven't had time for much else. Yeah. Yeah. How long does it usually take you to edit, Carrie? And what kind of editing are you doing? Do you do all sorts of editing? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I looked at your website, but did you like remove your website and your socials or something? Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But I definitely was. I was like snooping. I was like, let me see what she does. Let me see what Carrie's up to. But yeah, it's very fun. Let me see. What else can we chitty chat about? I don't know. I also just saw I got proof of concept via someone else's video. I am like terrified to look at other people who are doing like the same or similar things. I haven't really seen many people documenting the whole novel writing process like in real time. And I also haven't seen a lot of people talking about like the business side of being an author and ways to like fund self-publishing or to like get monetized without like monetizing with an official platform or without relying on book sales because that is also like an unreliable fund source as well. So, but like I've kind of like seen things sporadically here and there. And there was this like artist who is also on YouTube. I have to look her up. I saved her information, but she even mentioned that she is doing like so much, like she's doing so much more better. That's what my brain wants to say. She's like exceeding all of her own goals and expectations at a level that is just like out of this world for her. It's what she was saying. And she was also mentioning that content creators as a whole, like that job is now the highest paying job that there is. And I was like, you know what? I believe it. I definitely believe it. And not just like being monetized, it's like these other things that you do too, like with brand deals, with like investing, with, just kind of like with what I'm planning with like these digital products so we can all learn and grow together. So, oh, we have messages. Oh, okay. I removed it because I'm retiring from editing. There we go. That's why. I was wondering. Are you planning on going live on TikTok tonight? Yes, probably closer to like 10 p.m. New York time. So it'll be like a late night work sesh is what I'll be doing over there. Carrie, I still do line/copy edits for a few repeat clients, but I'm pretty burnt out after 11 years of editing. Wow. And having to chase clients down for payment? I'd retire too, Carrie. Oh my gosh. They don't pay you? Oh, Carrie, I'm so sorry. Oh, that sucks. That so sucks. Ugh, I'm so mad now. Yeah, there's, like, not a lot of, like, business resources for people in the creative slash, like, storytelling space, and there needs to be. Should it be me? Don't mind if I do. It's kinda one of my goals. I really want to do, as I'm, like, getting to know these people that I'm interviewing and whatnot, I'm, like, clocking ways like, "Oh, that's, like you can monetize that, like, very easily, very easy things to, like, monetize and manage on the side." So I am kind of, like, diving into how I can become, like, a business coach for people in the storytelling industry and kind of, like, helping them identify ways that they can monetize, whether it's with excuse me, whether it's by getting a brand deal or, like kind of helping to set up their platforms by identifying like personal branding and like consistency and things of that nature. So that's something that I want to do. I really want to do that. It's one of my goals. Let's see. Most of them were wonderful. Good. I'm so glad to hear that your experience as a whole was good. That's amazing. But some skipped out on paying. What are their names? I got time, Carrie. This is my job now. So if you need me to spend a couple hours of my day tracking down clients for payment, I don't mind helping. Um, Sona, this is such a good idea. Thank you. Sona, you're so sweet. I just got a notification from Tess, Sona, too. So every time I see you two, I'm just like, "Ah!" And Carrie too. Carrie, thank you for interacting with all my stuff. It means a lot, and I get really excited when I see your name too. Sona's, like, from TikTok, so now, like, my worlds are colliding in such an amazing way, and I love that. So what did she say? What did Oh, comment from Tess, see? She said, "This is so real." I filmed, like, 15 TikToks in bulk last night. And it's just something that I'm trying out because there was a person who was posting like every hour on TikTok of the day. And she was just kind of like explaining how she does it and what she's been learning from that experience. And one of her methods were to just like open up TikTok and pick whatever sound it recommends to you. And if you can like memorize it for like the lip sync kind of things within like 10 seconds, boom, film it. And then you just, like, put it in the bank and think about what text you wanna put on it for, like, later. And I was like, "You know what? I think I can handle that." So I banked, like, 15, 10 to 15 to 20, I don't remember how many, but it's, like, a whole, like TikTok g gave me a notification, it was like, "You're accumulating a lot of drafts." And I was like, "Yep." Let's see. I could use help with consistency on branding because I suck at it, to be honest. Yeah, yeah, that is a personal branding course is something that I want to make. So definitely, if you don't want to be like an official like beta product tester, I will absolutely keep you in mind for that. I just don't have a pen right now, Carrie, but that is like one of the next couple products. I want to do like a paid in-depth version of like brand deals and stuff. And then I also started one for creating and managing email lists and why you need them, why you should have them, and things of that nature. Filming TikToks every hour, it sounds exhausting. It does. I could never. So email lists, why you need them, what you can use them for, why it's good to have them. For instance, like TikTok almost got shut down overnight. So if that happens, your email list are the people that you can fall back on and say, hey, we're gonna like reset elsewhere. Um, so doing that for email lists and some things that people don't really tell you, like, if you're using a third-party system to manage your email list, you have to provide an address that is sent out in the footer of every single email. I did not know this, and when I went to go use this system, it showed up my home address, and I'm like, "I don't want to send my home address out to strangers." So, luckily, I caught it. There was nothing that, like, flagged, "Hey, I will be putting your personal home address onto however many people are on your email list." And so, I was like, "Oh." So, I had to go get a PO box, and that was a very bad, inconvenient experience, getting a PO box in general. It was so silly goofy. But if you manage anyway, so that's just for third-party sites, but if you manage your email list just, like, through personal email, like on Gmail, it's a much grayer area, so you kind of can, if you're just personally emailing people, then it's just a personal email, you don't have to send out your personal address to every single person, so, but with anything like legal and things of that nature, of course, always look into it for your state, for your country. Consult a legal professional. This is just like experiences. I'm just sharing my experiences and, things that I've discovered. So keep that in mind. Let's see. 12 years of being an indie author and I still don't have an email list. I really should though. Yeah. And yeah, having your personal address blasted is a terrifying thought because of weirdos. Yes. Oh my gosh, Carrie. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I'll tell Carrie, does YouTube have DMs? Because I would like to get your email address. My email address is in my bio. So if you want to email me, Carrie, that way I can know to like send you these things. I'll send them to you for free because you've been here. I'm not going to like make you pay for any of my stuff. I want you to succeed because you believe in me and I believe in you. Okay, so email me and I will send you these like products and guides as I'm working on them. And if they help, great. If they don't, they don't. So, no harm, no foul. If you want to be like, this part sucked, I would love to know. Because really, I just, want these to be helpful. And that's my goal at the end of the day is for things to just be helpful. So, yeah, very happy to send things to you if you would like them, Carrie. Yeah, not a problem. Okay. I think Sona might have left. That is a-okay. I'll probably see her later tonight. She might have gone to dance. She dances. Tess, we were just talking about you. Hi, worlds collide. Worlds collide. Oh my goodness. Sona was here too. I don't know if she's back or not. And then Carrie's from YouTube. Carrie's been here since my first video on YouTube, so now worlds collide. So welcome to YouTube. Welcome to my YouTube, Tess. This is so exciting. Tess, I think I'm going to go on TikTok live later tonight. It's probably going to be later, like 10 p.m. New York time. I know it's probably very late for you already, so don't worry, I'm still here. Hi, Sona. Tess is here. Do you see her? I don't know where your chat boxes are, but we're all here now. The gang is here. And this is a much, much safer comment section than TikTok, I will say. So, yeah, it's scary over there, Carrie. TikTok Live is scary. Ready to be here with you. Eee! One day I'll use TikTok more than once a year. Yeah. TikTok is great to kind of like put yourself out there for new creators to get discovered. That's the platform to start on is TikTok. Instagram specifically, a very uphill battle. Their monetization, by the way, nobody knows what's going on with that. So that's also another reason that I've been looking into all of this. but also YouTube, very uphill battle. So I think TikTok's the easiest way to like break out. Sorry, it wasn't letting me send any more messages in the chat for some reason. Oh, I think I have like the safety setting on here. I saw it. I don't remember if I turned it off or not, where it's like you can only send one message every 60 seconds. That's probably what it is. And that was just like the default setting. So I was just like, okay, that sounds good. Because I was, having flashbacks of the wackadoo TikTok chats. I was like, that sounds like a grand idea, YouTube. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what it is. I'll adjust it the next time I go on YouTube Live. But this is just the same thing that I went over yesterday on TikTok Live. It's just like the email template that I sent out for my brand deal. Here's the beginning. Let's see, Carrie, I'm a massive introvert, so no wonder I don't use TikTok much. I want to eventually use it for content pools. Content pools? Pooling content pools, like generating a pool of ideas to then recreate. Is that what a content pool is? So now I don't understand why those weird people keep entering your lives. They creep me out. Yes, I'm upset about it. And I really think it'll get better as my audience grows. I think TikTok, the algorithm is still kind of figuring out who to like show me to. So I think that's just what's going on with that, unfortunately. So content pools. Anxiously awaiting your response, Carrie. Yeah, but that's all I have today. I can't really think of anything else. Oh, we've been on here for an hour. That was my goal, to yap for an hour. Mission accomplished. And then every strike from me on these people was rejected. The reason they don't find anything. I don't know what you mean, Tess. Every strike from me on these people was rejected. The reason they don't find anything. Carrie, I pull a few lines from my books and put them in a video. Oh, yep. Okay. I'm with you. Gotcha. I just figured out this new like Canva thing where it's like a blank background, but then like this light, like the spotlight shows like behind the letters. And as like the light hits the letters, it like lights it up. It's really cool. And I'm really excited to like figure out how I can like incorporate something like that into my content. But I don't know. I just want to make like bulk templates that are just easy to like copy and paste and reuse. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, I understand now. I gave strikes on every person who writes weird messages, and the strikes were rejected from the TikTok support team. That's crazy because they blocked me for harassment. I was like, I'm not harassing anybody. Like, so I don't know. I think I write spicy paranormal romance and romantasy. Ooh! I'm excited to show lines from my enemies to lovers, assassin romance I'm working on. Oh, I'm so there. Oh, Aisha, hi. I should have sent out an email. I didn't. So that's kind of on me that you weren't notified. Hi, Aisha, welcome. I was just talking about like email lists and stuff earlier, and I did not send out an email to my own email list that I was going live. So luckily we're all here together now. Hi, Aisha. Welcome. Enemies to lovers. I love enemies to lovers. My favorite is like one horse, one bed at the inn with enemies to lovers. It has me like giggling and kicking my feet. Ugh. But Aisha, we just talked about getting my first brand deal 2 weeks after launching my YouTube channel with 120 subscribers. I think I'm over 130 now. But I got my first brand deal. It's with a company called Milanote. It's a productivity planning tool, and we'll see it a lot more as we get more and more into my world building process. My next video should be out Sunday, Monday. I lost like half of the video that I recorded, so that's why it's taking like extra long this week, and I've just been kind of like a little bit burnt out. But this is the email template that I use to get that brand deal 2 weeks after launching YouTube with 120 subscribers. So it's for free. You can find it on my website, SaarenandBingle.com. It's on the homepage, or it's if you do the /shop, it's like the only thing that's there on that shop page. So let's see. Here's Silver's OMG Powerless reference. I'm trying to think. I read Powerless a long time ago, and now, like, with all the controversy around it, I've sort of like blocked it out of my mind. I was thinking of having the FMC really good at horseback riding, and the MMC is like, where does my foot go? That is cute, Carrie. That I haven't seen that before. I love that, and I cannot wait to read about it. If my boyfriend is here, can you come get the dogs? If you're listening, boyfriend, can you get the dogs? I repeat, please and thank you. I've seen a TikTok between the difference of feelings when you read the story with trope enemies to lovers from perspective of woman and man, like women fell first, but the men are stronger. Difference of feelings when you read the story with trope from the perspective. Yes. Oh, okay. She falls first, he falls harder. That's what it is. Hi, puppies. Yes. Oh my goodness. I love them. They're my little angels. Sometimes, if they're being good. But Aisha, if you're still with us, I'll scroll to my email formula that I used. If you want to look at that for a minute, of course, you can download your own copy if you want it. We also talked about my future digital products. So if this kind of thing is something that interests you, you can sign up to be a beta tester for future digital products. All I asked for is like an honest like review for like my own internal purposes. Actual like testimonials, those are completely optional, but I'm trying to like build up a decently sized beta testing team for all of these products. So you would get them for free. You would get them early in advance before anybody else. And I'm doing things like this free email template guide, all the way up to like this all intensive course that I'm building alongside my my book writing and my business creation journey. So that's going to be like a big one, and I'm really excited about it as we go. And I might like, as I kind of like get a good idea about like a certain module, I might like reach out and say like, hey, this is what I have so far. So if that's something that you are interested in, feel free to sign up. It's on my website. Let's see. Aisha, sounds so cool. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. And then here is my email example, if you want to look at that. I can't be a beta tester, but I can be a beta reader. You know what, Sona? I was just thinking about you, and I don't know why I did not think about this sooner, because I am starting another business other than my own personal content creation journey This is the first time that I am talking about it on my first YouTube Live, my celebration brand deal party. So I think it's quite fitting. So if I won't give you my prologue, then I will at least tell you about my other business. It is called the Author's Archive, like arc space hive. It is a very, very small ARC service for authors, obviously, advanced reader copies. And it's basically going to be run like a very safe and secure book club for advanced reader copies. I'm only going to have like three different authors, three different books per each round. And I'm going to be having a pool of vetted, trusted beta readers. So, Sona, that is something that you can sign up for. I was in the middle of putting that link on my website, but I don't think I hit publish. So I will make sure that that link is on the homepage if it's not already. I don't think it is actually. So this ARC service, it's going to be very, very small, and it prioritizes the follow through rate of leaving reviews for these books, because that's one of the hardest battles that we have as like independent authors, is that arc process. And it's, authors, to be able to do this on your own, even if you have a trad publishing deal, it's still its own full-time job. Like managing your own art campaign is a full-time job on top of your actual full-time job, on top of your full-time family, and on top of the full-time job that is already book marketing and like managing your own content. So I'm creating a business. I am working on finding like different platforms to like host it on. I think I'm going to end up having my own private server. So I'm looking into like the logistics and like the coding and stuff and like the back end to really be able to like promise safety, because these are unpublished manuscripts. So that is something that I'm working on. But you can sign up to be in the beta reader pool. Also, authors, I have an author sign up too if you want to be part of the. I'm going to be running a few beta rounds before I launch the business like for profit. So that is another like beta testing opportunity if it's something you're interested. I'm not like explaining it the best because this is my first time talking about it, but once I talk about it more and more and kind of like fine tune exactly what I want it to be and how I want to market it, it's going to be a lot like more streamlined. So let's see. Sona, oh my gosh. No way. Aisha, girl, that is the coolest thing ever. Thank you. Test beta reader sounds exactly what I want to do. Yeah, you guys can sign. I will put up my link tonight. Right after this, I will put that link up there because I'm really trying to like build up my beta reader pool, because once I get 10 trusted, reliable readers and one author, I'm ready to start beta round one. Basically, I just have to like I'm like 99.999% sure how I want to like host this service on like a secure platforms and whatnot. I'm pretty sure I know exactly how it's going to be, but I'm just still like building up that like beta pool first. Yeah. Carrie, one thing I'm excited for when I'm finally done editing for good next year, unless someone asks nicely, is having time to be a beta reader for fellow authors. Yeah. So I'm so excited for you. Thank you. Thank you. And it's really like you guys who are like motivating me to stick with this, because I can't tell you how many this week alone I've wanted to give up so many times because I'm like so like overwhelmed. But then I remembered I was in my luteal phase. So I was like, oh, I can't take myself seriously in the luteal phase. I don't make decisions, like big decisions, in the luteal phase. So Um, but that's actually something that I want to talk about because, like, not a lot of people talk about like biohacking your body and like, like women's health and resources and stuff out there are so like under researched. And there are some women who have like these great platforms for women's health and how to work with your body instead of against it. So I want to like fine tune that specifically for the storytelling industry and how we as storytellers, as creative individuals, can use our like menstrual cycle for like how to like approach our creative process and just like understanding our bodies in general. So that's another project, another like bigger project that I want to do. Yee! For reference, editing a 60,000 book takes me 40 to 50 hours. I bet. I'm surprised it doesn't take longer. I can't even imagine. Hi friends. Oh, we have a few more people here. Hello. I just started arc reading a book. It's a mafia romance, and I'm very excited about it. It's kind of funny so far. I'm only in the first chapter, but there's this line that was like you could tell that you can't trust him from the gel on his hair to the shine on his shoes. I was like, if that ain't the most southern thing I've ever heard in a book before. It was so fun. And I'm like excited to keep like reading it because like I this other mafia romance that I really liked, it's I will say there are some like writing and grammar things that can kind of like take you out of the story a little bit. But this book, very spicy, mafia romance based on like The Wizard of Oz. It's a wild read. It's wild. But I enjoyed it. Like I had fun. I was like, oh my God. Part of me was like, should I clutching my pearls, should I be reading this? But there's like a taxi scene in this book. And when I tell you, I was like, oh my gosh. I still blush every time I think about it. I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it's called Dark Oz by Geneva Monroe. And I met her in person. She actually signed this book for me, I think. Did she? I'm pretty sure I asked her to. Yes! She said, Megan, do your worst. Megan, the M in Saaren and Bengal stands for Megan. So she signed it, do your worst. And then she's an independent author as well. She designed everything that is in this book. She designed like the back section, the whole like cover layout, everything you see here. She designed so you open it and it's just blank, but these like end pages, she designed those. And then it gets better. Like, and this is just her regular book. It's not even a special edition. And then there's like the title page, same deal as the front. And then the page that you just saw. Wait, why is it like the same thing twice? You know what? Who am I to question a genius? And then let me see. She has like hotline numbers. You have a list of trigger warnings in a lot of these books. This is a dark romance. It gets dark. I wouldn't say it's like a pitch black, but it is a dark fantasy, not fantasy. It is a dark mafia romance. She also has a little playlist in here. But look at this. How gorgeous. I am like, wow, you can't tell. I can't. That's a man. You can see that's his jaw and like his nose. You can't really tell, but that is a man. And look, so like there's different POV chapters and each character has their own like art that they open their chapters with. It's amazing. Like, as soon as I saw this book, I was like, this must be the special edition. But then she showed me her special editions, and I was like, I wanted to buy it so bad, but they were so expensive, and she only sold them as like a whole set, which valid. And then this is Crow. Crow is like the golden retriever boy of the bunch, and I adore him so much. But that's his chapter. It is a why choose. So if that's not your thing, this might not be your book. It is a why choose. And I'm picky myself about why chooses. I don't like them all of the time, but sometimes I'll read one. Why not? I'm trying to find some of the other. I think there's like 4 boys, but it's mostly like her POV and Crow's POV. And then here's Nick. He always wears a sweatshirt. So he's wearing his little sweatshirt in his. It's so fun. I got this. I met Geneva at a book convention. That's how I got this. I don't know her personally. But yeah, I went through this series so fast. I was like, I must know what happens next. And now she's still writing the next book in the series. It's not finished, but it like does a crossover from The Wizard of Oz into what is it? Alice Through the Looking Glass? Is that what it's called? Alice Through the Looking Glass. Like with the Mad Hatter and stuff. So it does like a crossover into like a new realm, and I'm so excited about it. Okay, let me catch up on the comments because I just got into it there. I was deep into it. Let's see. Keep going. Your man believe in you as well. Yes, he does, Tess. As well as we do. Yes, you do. We are waiting on your masterpiece. I'm pretty sure everybody here is ready to give you a supporting hand. Tess, you're so sweet. Sona, what's it called? Dark Oz. I think that's what that reference was to. How can I get it from USA? Now I'm interested in. I think it's on Amazon, if you have access to Amazon. It's called Dark Oz by Geneva Monroe. There we go. So you can see it. Carrie, I'm reading a YA mafia romance called Ace of Shades. I've heard of that by Amanda Foodie. I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but it's actually really good. Yeah. I like this delusion because when I see the shoe, I think about Cinderella, and then I see the name and it's like, what, I want it. Yeah, the art is crazy good. She's very talented. And this, like I said, I mentioned earlier, there are some like grammar and spelling things that kind of take you out of it a little bit, but it's still a very entertaining read. It does get very dark, so you've been warned. See, I'm a sucker for a playlist while I'm writing, but I don't know if I'll ever include one in my books. Should I tell you a secret? My plan, I have a lot of very big plans, and you're hearing them live first. I don't want to say it, but I want to say it. As far as playlists go for my book personally, I want to recruit independent artists. I want to give them a free copy of my book and like a breakdown sheet and say, hey, write a song. However you are inspired by my work, write a song and we'll do a collab. So making my own custom playlist by artists who are also independent artists who are also like growing and trying to, achieve success. So working together to make a custom playlist for my book. That is my plan, and I'm so excited for it because I have not seen anybody do it. Anyway, it's still kind of unusual for me to see playlists in a book. I can't form an opinion yet. Do I like it or not? I don't like to, I'm a reader in complete silence and I'm a writer in complete silence. I can't do either if I have like any sort of like background noise. I believe it is on Kindle Unlimited as well. At least it is in Australia. I think, yeah, I think it is on Kindle Unlimited. Um, I don't know if she's released any of the audiobooks yet. I know that that project was like in the works, but I don't remember if they're actually like out yet on Audible or any other sources. I've researched, and the only way how I can get it is reseller. Oh yeah, she is an independent author, so she's probably doesn't have the means to do it like internationally. So, that sounds so cool. Thank you, Sona. Yeah, you guys can know all my secrets and plans because you've been so supportive, and I feel safe here. So. I couldn't ask for like better people to share my prologue with, because this is honestly, it's the first thing that I've written for this book, like actually written for my manuscript. And it, I'm very proud of it. I'm very excited for it, but it is so terrifying, like talking about it versus like delivering. I'm talking about like all of these big things that I want to do, and now I have to follow through, right? So I'm scared, I'm nervous, but you guys make me feel so safe and loved, and I appreciate you guys so much. I'm so excited to like do this together, truly. Let's see. Kelly Crea did a few songs for her books. She wrote the Nevermore trilogy based off of Edgar Allan Poe. Oh, wow. I love that. I'm going to look into that. I don't have a pen. Okay, can I have a phone. I will write myself a note. Okay, note is written. There are like certain things that I get confused that like don't make any sense. Like Nevermore and the Raven Scholar are the same things in my brain. I mean, Raven. It kind of makes sense. There is some sort of a correlation between the two. But what other things? I get what is that movie called? I still can't think of the title. I've been talking about it in like the past couple of lives. Um, I keep thinking it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it's not. It is the movie from like the 80s or 90s or something, where like the FBI agent, she's like the newbie, and she has to go like visit this like psychopath in like this institution and like work with him to solve this case to find like a missing woman. And I, for the life of me, cannot think of like the actual title, because in my brain that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it is not. So it's important to have fan base. What will be with you the whole way to success? Yes. Yes. Yes, Carrie, thank you. It's Silence of the Lambs. For some reason, Silence of the Lambs and Texas Chainsaw Massacre are the same thing. So that's how my mind works. Yes. Well, friends, I am hungry. It's now 9 p.m. and I haven't eaten dinner yet. So I'm going to go nourish my body. I'm going to go watch an episode of The Wire. We've been watching The Wire, my boyfriend and I, and it's interesting. I never thought I would watch a show like The Wire, but I don't know. I'm kind of into it. So I'm looking forward to doing that while I'm eating. And then I'll probably hop on TikTok live later in like maybe an hour or two, just to do like some like productivity stuff and like talk about, I don't know, to chat some more. So we'll see. But thank you guys so much, friends. I'm trying to like talk for a minute because I know all of you guys just sent a message and we have to like give it a minute before we can send our responses. But I just wanted to say thank you so much. I really appreciate every single one of you who showed up for me here today. It's 6 people, and people have been, like, bouncing in and out on this live, and, it's more than I could have asked for, and Tess and Sona, I never expected you guys to make a platform jump for me. Like, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I am just so excited for all of us, and, man, I just can't say thank you enough, really and truly. Okay, bye, Sona. Tess, see you soon. Carrie, I have more editing to do, but thanks for chatting. Yeah. Aisha, thank you. And congrats again on the brand deal. Oh, thank you, friends. All right, I'm going to go eat, and I will see you next time. Okay? Bye.